What's happening, everybody? We are doing it live. We are doing it live, man. The GRG podcast is back after a week hiatus. And man, you know what I'm saying? What was absolutely crazy is that we're supposed to be waiting on 100, but of course, his ass is talking about he's with a customer, and we can't wait no longer. So we got to get this show started because it's Friday night, and there's things that people got to do, like play Cuphead and Forza. That's what we got to do. So anyway, let's get this party started, man. Let's go to the illustrious panel, and we starting off with one of the ladies, since the other lady, Lady Infamous herself, we got to give our prayers out to her and hope that our father is doing okay. Big shout out to her, but we're going to move up to one of our matriarchs. What's happening with you, Delilah HD?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Happy that it's Friday. Looking forward to talk about some games and playing some games. Yeah, just all around having a good time. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Anyway, and then we're going to move on down, man. We have a special guest. I had no idea, man, that we had D. What's happening with you, D? What's going on? D Batch.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. It's been a great time with you guys, K-Mega. I have to tell you, I've been playing Forza 7, and man, the graphics are so good. It's so smooth. It's very fluid. I mean, it's a great game, and I can't wait to people. You guys need to play it.
Thank you. And I know you got to go back and do your computer tech stuff. Appreciate you coming by, D Batch. Anyway,
yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. Hey, that damn fool, all day digital, man. What's up?
What up, man? God, nothing, damn. Man. Just playing. Just playing for. I was about to do him again. No, man. Playing Forza, man. About to hop in this fucking cup souls. That's what I call it. And yeah, man. I'm gonna give me a cup of death, man. It goes good with a little bit of cream and sugar. But yeah, man, let's get the show started.
All right, man, no doubt. And then we're gonna move to our Donald Trump, man. Hey, what's going on, Donald Trump? I heard you like Cuphead. How do you feel about it? Live wire.
It's a beautiful nightmare. I would say that much. It's lovely torture. I mean, the game looks good, plays amazing, but it's humbling. Definitely is. It's like a reminder of like, yeah, you remember when you used to be able to do this stuff so easy? You're like, yeah, you got to get your training wheels back, because that. I mean, I'm telling you, the first couple of boards, do that run and gun. Man, that shit brought me to my knees the first, because a lot of times people saw, like, you know, media members playing and you're like, oh man, these guys are trash. And I'm not saying that the dude was good, but when you actually play it, you're like, yeah, this shit it looks easier than it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot, because it's a strategy behind it. You have to, you know, but we'll get into that in a little bit, man. But yeah, it's crazy, man. But I'm loving it, though. I'm loving it. I'm getting Forza later. I'm gonna get it probably when the X drop.
Okay. All right. Cool about that. Cool. So, Triple Cup Chuck, he came in last minute and said he couldn't make it. He said that he had to get some of his braids refixed, because he said that they were getting all pulled out by one of his rap buddies. No, I'm just fucking with you. No, he ain't gonna like that. No, what's a shout out to Triple Cup Chuck, the Don. Of course, we did the Dev and the Gamer. You know, said he's back to his schedule, and you know, of course, he had to go hunt deer and try to save any type of wildlife that's out there in Utah. So it is what it is. So man, we're gonna get this started. Man, PUBG. Okay, now of course we've been hearing a lot of great things about PUBG. You know what I'm saying? It's up to 13 million people that is bought it already. And I think it has over 1.5, almost 2 million concurrent players.
Wow. It
is a $1 billion franchise already, from what we're understanding. And it's even outpacing Dota 2, which that is like one of the biggest games on PC right now. So and now, of course, if you lived on a rock, you know that it's coming to the Xbox, and it's been a question if it's going to be exclusive or not. Now,
I'm still asking that question, which kills me, man. Like,
right, it does. And so one thing was crazy this morning, I seen somebody pop in and post saying, well, hey, Sony and the head of what is it, Bluehole, they are in talks about maybe getting PUBG to come to the PlayStation 4. And of course, PlayStation fans have gone erratic and was like, it's not exclusive. But hold up, wait. There is nothing yet set in stone. It's just talks, and there's been a lot of movements and things going on, and I'll bring up more, but we want to hear what you guys got to say about it first. So I'm going to go to you all day because you are our PlayStation ambassador for tonight. So what do you think about this? Do you think that there is some legs with this? And if you do, how soon? What's the ramifications?
Basically, I think that PUBG with the success it's having on PC and them working with Xbox. I mean, they were asked this question plenty of times after E3, and then like plenty weeks after that, they kept on asking. And if you pay attention closely, every time they would ask, they would kind of sidestep in the most respectable way. They didn't throw any shade or anything. Pivot. But they would pivot. And I noticed it. I picked up on it real quick. And, we're working with the Xbox. We're exclusively, they're helping us. And the developer said, like, this developing this game for console is tough. And we're getting a lot of help from Xbox. So, I figure they'll get it under wraps with Xbox and learn how to, translate it to console well and the best of their ability. And I'm pretty sure it will go to PS4. I mean, I think it'll probably be maybe 8 months to a year out. They'll probably get it late, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, the install base on PS4 is up there, and they're so successful right now on Steam and on Xbox. People are going to buy it in droves, and people will do the same on PS4. Man, that's just a fact. You know what I mean? The install base is high, and they don't really have multiplayer-centric games over there anyway. Mm-hmm. They have a few, like Uncharted, tacked on multiplayer. I'm not saying it's horrible, but that's just not what it's about over there. You know what I mean? So I think by them having PUBG, that's a good look, period.
Okay. All right. Oh, look who pops in fashionably late, like almost a damn hour late.
It wasn't. You just started. Don't talk about all that. I didn't know, man. I had a customer, man. I didn't know.
You already know GRG.
He's a typical LA nigga.
Yeah. Right after. You know what I'm saying? Crossfire, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what is advertised. You could have, man, look, your customer could have came. You could have done this before.
I couldn't do it. They just popped up. I can't do no when they pop up. Man, I'm close to 10 o'clock.
His customer came through with a Beach Cruiser and a Pendleton.
Yeah, it seemed like it. Maybe about a fifth. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like that was
messing with my man money, man.
I had to do something. I don't close to 10 o'clock. How many times we been on Xbox Live and I'm like, hey, I'll be right back.
I feel like he walked in the room. We all slapped him on his head and shit.
Oh, okay. We just had to go ahead and just lump him up a little bit coming on here, man. But anyway, I want to introduce, you know what I'm saying, I guess our intro media gaming brother. What's up with you, 100? You know
What's up with y'all, man? I thought y'all banging on me like I was in DirectX, man. I thought I was coming in DirectX, not GRG.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, sometimes it just gets that way. Anyway, so I guess I'll come to you. About this this situation about PUBG next. 100 is and get your opinion on it. Now, I don't know if you read the article or anything, but that was another thing that was really funny about this is because it was a lot of paragraphs, but there wasn't any substance behind it. It didn't say that this was for certain. The only thing that it said, which was a clickbait article, is that Sony and Bluehole are in talks. There was nothing set in stone. The majority of what it was talking about was about the developer, Mr. Green, I call him because he's a millionaire.
I'm pretty sure they're not talking about food recipes, K-Maker.
Well, I mean, the fact that, but the article itself, it was talking more about the developer for PUBG and where he came from. You know what I'm saying? This guy said he was getting welfare checks, you know what I'm saying, barely making it. After a bad divorce, now he's a multi-millionaire and he's over here trying to make PUBG the best that it can be. So 100, what do you think? Is there any validity about this, about PUBG going to the PlayStation? What do you think about this?
Well, they coming to PlayStation. I think it comes back, but you know what? That's before they make the deal with Microsoft. So, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn if it goes on the Switch. You know what I'm saying? We get it first. That should be the big thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I was expect at least a year. We'll get, but then you don't know, right?
It's probably be a year. Microsoft wouldn't do that for no reason.
Wouldn't do what?
It'll probably be a year, like all they say. They might just want to go into Premier talks because they just started a new company because they made so much money.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is true.
So they
made a lot of money. They made a lot of money. So okay, all right. Is there anything else you want to include with that, or you just are you?
Yeah. So they made a lot of money. My headset messed up. They made a lot of money, so they just wanted, you got to understand they're not like loyal to anybody. It's a business at the end of the day. Yeah. So if you got quote unquote this 60 million, 62 million installed base, why wouldn't you want to go there later? Look what Capcom do with Microsoft all the time. Go a year, put it on a system. By then, saying maybe after the love is gone, saying it's not like look at stuff that's coming over that was on Xbox that's coming over to PlayStation, like Dead Rising 4. Dead Rising 4 then what? Fell out. Nobody cares about Dead Rising. It's not really, I don't think it's going to sell. So if PUBG hits that point, everything going to come down.
True.
But, Microsoft's showing technology to them, with the water and stuff like they're kicking it. They're having great rapport. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
All right. Okay, so let me go ahead and move on to you, Delilah.
I guess my question for the panel, just to piggyback on what 100 said, it's like, do you think that PUBG is going to have the same lasting power in a year from now?
That
to me would be more of the question, because let's say Microsoft gets it first and it's a year deal, but by the time that year is over, the millions of people that play it now are not as interested because something else better is along, or Fortnite steals a little bit of its thunder, and people move on to other games. So I guess the thing is, Microsoft is getting it while it's hot. Well, we don't know how it's going to shake out on other systems in the future. So,
but this genre has been hot for a minute. You know what I mean? It was the
Battle Royale.
The armor mod. DayZ, and then H1Z1 and Ark, and then there's I think another game called Light and Dark. Minecraft had similar things. You know what I mean? So
are those install bases? Install bases. Are they still high like that? Like in the
Rust, and Rust is another popular one too. The genre is not dying. I think it's. The game, it's always different. It's always a thrill. I think it's always interesting. So I think.
Let me rephrase it. Maybe I'm thinking more like oversaturation. Because people are taking that battle royale concept. Like I said, the example I tried to give was Fortnite. So,
what's really going to happen is I even think in Red Dead Redemption 2, I even think they're going to have a mode where it's a battle royale. I think a lot of big AAA companies are going to start developing this form of play style. So and then by that time, I think when they start adapting to it, I think the genre will kind of lose some of its flair.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that I think more on the PlayStation side, PUBG, if it does go there, it won't have a lasting effect because of what the PlayStation fan is more catered to, which is more single player experiences. You know what I'm saying? But
it is what they don't have.
Well, no, it is the thing. But again, just look at Lawbreakers. Lawbreakers is dead. Lawbreakers is not trash. Lawbreakers is a decent game, but
Lawbreakers is trash.
Oh, come on, Delilah. It's not
talking about Lawbreakers.
It's not that bad.
21 people playing that game. That's the devs.
That doesn't mean that the game is absolutely is trash. It's because that it doesn't have a lot. It just means that there's people that's just not really
playing that game right now. The people who made the game is playing it. That's
about right. That's about right. But come on.
Hey, Fortnite was dead into the battle royale, and look, they pushing the million.
Hold on.
The only reason Fortnite is doing something is because it's free. What did I say now?
Didn't you get a refund for that game?
I did.
Okay. And the discussion.
Come on, bro. No, there's not any discussion because I've explained, and I have to explain it again why I got my refund. I got the refund because it wouldn't play. When I played the beta, it worked. But then when I tried to go ahead and and when I bought the actual game, I had to go through some kind of Nexus, whatever the hell that Korean online server was, and it wouldn't let me play. It was just telling me sign up, and I'm like, what?
You just forgot your password. That was all.
No, man, no. I got like about 5 passwords. I got them all in my head. They're good. That wasn't the case.
You got 5? That's why you couldn't log in.
Come on now. I got 5. You know what I'm saying? You can't just keep one. No, go 2. You gotta have multiple. You know what I'm saying?
5 is an issue for you.
Anyway, so Livewire, you're absolutely quiet, which is a first. What is your thought about
this?
He's playing
video games, bro. Look at him. Look how
look,
Yeah, he's zoned out, man. He's zoned out. He playing Cuphead. He's zoned out.
I'm on Cuphead right now. I switched over.
Okay,
but
what do you think about the PUBG potentially maybe going to the PlayStation 4?
I thought it was going to be hard for it to not go to PlayStation 4. Just because the more popular that game was getting, the harder it would be to keep it on Xbox. See what I'm saying? Like, you know, the more money they're making, think about it. How much, like, a lot of people were like, well, Xbox got to lock it down. Well, lock it down how? How much money you talking? Because think about it. If
you say it's a big dollar franchise.
Like, think about it this way. Is there any money Sony can give to Rockstar to lock down Grand Theft Auto 5?
No.
Or Grand Theft Auto in period? No. There's nothing Sony get. Sony would have to literally give Rockstar their company for them to fucking lock down. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's not gonna happen. Like, and even though Microsoft obviously they have a lot more money than Sony does, they're not gonna just throw the whole bank at PUBG. You know, if they were gonna do that, they would have had to done it a lot earlier. Unfortunately.
And that was one thing that I wanted to add to the whole PUBG situation, because there's a lot of things that's not set in stone. You know, now there was this little in the article that some of these PlayStation fans brought out, and that was trying to insist that the game was coming for sure. There was some that was an article that says Chan says his company has talks. And they have, you know what I'm saying, with major companies to bring in PUBG to a broader audience. Microsoft Corp will launch the title exclusively on Xbox later this year. Bluehole is in the talks with Sony about introducing a version for the PlayStation after that. But then there was a quote. I don't think anyone in the industry, I don't think anyone in the industry was expecting it. Says what is it? Harding Rolls, head of the games research from IHS Market. PUBG has arguably risen to the Xbox most important exclusive at the end of 2017, and that was something that Microsoft didn't even expect. So I think that there is still, you know, so Microsoft is still a player. I feel that, you know, Sony is definitely a player, but you also have the PUBG team is going to do a spinoff. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have a spinoff team. They're going to be two different teams. They're going to have a spinoff team that's going to go to Wisconsin and work directly on PUBG only, while I guess while Bluehole and whoever else that's a part of this PUBG team is going to work with South Korea, because that's where Bluehole is established at, is South Korea, and they're going to try to work with Tencent, which is a big publisher out there in China. And they're going to try to get that game on mobile phones. They're going to try to get it on all types of platforms so they can make as much money as possible. So again, you know what I'm saying? And the one thing that caught my attention in that article was that they were also saying that the head developer, Mr. Green, he had to pay for his own servers, his own private servers, so he couldn't get sued by like Arma. There's a PC military game named Arma 2, all that. I've never played it, but I know that's still popular as well. And he had to have his own servers in order for him to not get sued. And so dedicated servers is very important to PUBG. That's what I think that's going to be the negotiation factor that's going to go with Sony, is the fact that, are you going to give us dedicated servers, or how much are you going to give us to use our servers? We know that Microsoft is going to allow their servers to be available. So it's, like I said, there's a lot of things going on. What do you guys think about all this?
But you ever thought about this one? I just thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe things make me say when I'm taking a shot of vodka. You know how, what's the game that Ark Survival? Ark Survival going to play better on the Xbox, where it's going to play different on the PC, on the PlayStation. Right. Because on the X, they already came out. We can do more. We can do a PC game on there. What about PUBG? Has the same thing. So you're not getting the same. You're getting a version of the game, but you're not getting the same game. That you're getting a better experience on the Xbox, where you'll get than experience on the PlayStation.
Well, that part is true. That's what I'm saying. The dedicated service teams were very important to them. So we know that Microsoft they're invested. They've sent a team out there to help them work and try to get things to where it's implemented on the controller. I don't know if they will access mouse and keyboard. I think it's just going to be primarily controller based. But you know what I'm saying? Sony, we know that they have a team. They had it with the PlayStation 3, but how much is Sony willing to give up just for this one particular game to be on their platform? That's what's the question, and that's where the negotiations is going to lie. We know that they want this game to be all over the place. They just said that in that article. But there's just a lot of things, a lot of red tape that's behind it that it might delay it for a little while, especially if Sony don't want to play ball. And I think also they're into crossplay. So that's another factor that Sony's not very interested in.
Well, what this article tells me more than anything is that this deal with Microsoft probably was done well before the public even knew what PUBG was.
Yeah.
Because what it sounds to me like is that Sony and Microsoft were both approached by PUBG, similar to probably Lawbreakers, right?
Right.
And Sony went with Lawbreakers because of Cliffy B, right? Because if he was a big Xbox name, they thought, okay, we'll kind of one up Microsoft by getting somebody who worked with them, and he has a history of doing good games. Whereas Microsoft was thinking, we kind of been there, done that. No disrespect, but PUBG is more something along the lines of what we're trying to push the industry in, as far as, you know, a different multiplayer experience. You know, so I think that's what the rationale was for Microsoft. They were just looking for something a little bit more unique instead of just giving you the same old. And Sony, you know, they were just looking. They're not looking to do anything new. There's nothing in Sony's portfolio that's like groundbreaking new. I mean, other than the VR, but like everything else is very like, do what you do, just do it as good as you could possibly do. Like, you know, like when you play Last of Us and those, you know, Sony could do those games. You know, they're not taking any. They're not doing a whole new formula. They're just doing the same thing. They're just making it as polished as they could possibly do it with the best story they can push out and giving you that cinematic experience. That's their end goal. That's what they try to do. You know, Microsoft just going in a different direction with that whole multiplayer shit. So
right, and that's. Was you going to say something?
No, I said to me it just makes sense. You know, I don't think it was ever about trying to keep the game off of PlayStation. Just because Microsoft, they try to make their system the multiplayer system anyway. So similar to kind of like, you know, the issues with the fighting games that we've been seeing with the netcode type shit. That might also be a similar situation with the whole, you know, a lot of these games like PUBG. Not saying that Microsoft will go out there and like try to sabotage Sony games or something like that. It's just that they probably just perform better on, you know, on because Microsoft they have hardware.
Makes perfect sense. Make perfect sense. I mean, because that's, you know, I didn't even think of it that way. That's brilliant, because we do have a problem with a lot of our fighting games, especially with Japanese fighters, with that netcode. Netcode is garbage, but on the PC and on PlayStation, for the most part, they play fantastic. So I don't know what that's really all about, but we, you know what I'm saying, but that definitely, we definitely know that. But the last question I'll ask, unless anybody else want to interject about the whole PUBG thing, is, Delilah, you brought up the point about longevity.
Yeah.
The one thing I think that PUBG has done.
Wait, hold on. You hear that echo or something?
Yeah, I do hear that echo. Somebody's got this.
I think it's 100, because like when he talks, I don't hear it.
Oh.
Hey, 100. Turn it down a little bit. Okay.
There we go. Okay,
yep, he muted it, so that's what it was. Anyway, so the question that I was going to ask is, from your point, Delilah, where you're saying the longevity. I think it was very smart for PUBG to go to Microsoft first, because in my opinion, I think the PUBG will have a longer lasting on the Xbox than it will on the PlayStation. Okay. Right, because of Xbox Live, and just because shooters is synonymous with synonymous with Xbox. That's what the platform is known to for a lot of people that know about Xbox, is that shooters are the spot. So what do you guys think? Do you think that, you know what I'm saying, even if PUBG do go to the PlayStation 4, will it have a long standing on the PlayStation 4?
I mean, it's got to have.
I think it'd be just.
I worry about that.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there was one person in the chat that was saying, "You got to hear this damage control. Ain't nothing set in stone, partner. And even if it does come,
it doesn't matter if it does come. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because it's going to still be on the. It's going to perform better. Yeah, it's going to perform better, and the network is going to be a hell of a lot better off the dedicated servers than it will be on the PlayStation. So that, unless PlayStation decides to get dedicated servers, to play PUBG, and I don't know if they're willing to do that. Maybe they will, maybe they not, because PUBG is the hot ticket. But like you said, Delilah, 6 months down the line, who knows? And that was one other thing that was brought up in that article. It was it wasn't from the article that who put it up. It was from dang it, I'll post it up in the description later on. It was from they got a weird name. I can't pronounce them, but anyway, I'll put it in there later. But they were.
Know that.
Shut up. Yeah, you know how I butcher names. But they were bringing up the fact that about the main topic was about PUBG was splitting off, and that there was going to be two different teams working on them, and that was the thing that a lot of investors were worried about, was like, you're putting so much emphasis on this one particular game, but how far is this game going to go? You know what I'm saying? It could burn out after 6 months, and especially on the console space, where unlike PC, games last forever for PC. If PC fans are a fan of that game, they'll play that until the wheels fall off. Console gamers, they're hot. It's only hot until the next game comes off. It's very rare. So I don't know. It's a cool discussion. It's a really cool discussion. So
it's kind of I don't know. I'm not trying to compare game genres, but it's kind of what you saw with Counter-Strike. It's a phenomenon on PC, and it's always has been. But when it came to consoles, it didn't really do too well.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see, man.
We will see. We will see.
It'll be different, though.
I've heard that people that play the game on PC, like, they turn the graphics all the way down or try to cheat and like little things like that. You won't be able to get away with any of that on console. So I mean,
yeah, you're in a box.
Yeah. So I mean, that makes it better, but we'll see. I mean, it just remains to be seen, like on what this deal really means. It could mean exclusive content for the Xbox. We just don't know. All the details haven't been fully flushed out. And I think it's just going to be first on Xbox, and then probably come to PlayStation later. And if it does go to PlayStation, who cares? I mean, it is what it is. I think Xbox is going to always have the advantage because of the Xbox Live and being the initial install base for the game. So.
Right.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, to me, it's cool when it comes to PlayStation, but people making a big deal out of it. I'm like, yo, it's not, because look at where we're at right now. We're about to get bombarded with games on top of games.
Yes.
Shit, I'm stuck right now playing the Ruiner and Cuphead before even I get a chance to tackle Forza, and freaking Shadow of Mordor comes out soon, and then after that it's Assassin's Creed, and then everything else,
Yeah, I'm thinking about picking up Dragon's Dogma. That junk come out Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
Mad shit.
Dragon's Dogma is dope. Why you don't like that game?
That game is shit, bro.
You know what? He can't even play Cuphead good, so we was
we talking about
you talking about Petty right here,
a fake ass Dragon Inquisition, bro. I played that game for about. Hey, that shit. Hey, it felt so bland and flat. Like if it was co-op, that would have saved the game. Because you're running with a crew of like 3-4 people at all times.
Yeah. If it was co-op, like legit co-op.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I think the only thing was co-op was like with the signs, and like there was like some other like little minuscule interactions with like leaderboards and some other dumb shit. Yeah, Capcom, they've been failing for a long time.
I think it's like they remastered it or something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna. You know what? I mean, like I said, if you into the game, then you gotta. Who the fuck is gagging?
I don't know, man. Somebody sleep? Like, what's going on?
No, I know what it is. I know what it is. So,
man, are you about to do after the show? Do your little patented show that you do usually on the weekends? 100.
That ain't me. That wasn't me. I know what it is. I know.
Okay.
I was just standing every night. I know.
Okay.
What it was about. Okay. So, like I say, the world don't need to know.
Okay.
It ain't on my way.
All right. Let's move on. Man. Okay. Microtransactions. Me and Don talked about this in full length the other day. So I'm not going to get all into it like I did with the Don, so I'm going to let you guys really get into it. But microtransactions, have they gotten out of control? I'm going to start with you, Livewire. Have they gotten out of control? I mean, you look at NBA 2K18, the situation that's going on with the Shadow of War, and then they have to give out an apology. They say that they're going to try to fix this. You got other games. I mean, you got Call of Duty that's always doing the things that they do. I mean, everything has microtransactions. I mean, so are they getting completely? I mean, you look at we were just talking about Capcom. Okay, I bought Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, right? And I got the deluxe version, and you know what? It's not worth it, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, but the game is cool. And then they're going to still try to ask people for more money. Halo Wars 2,
Let me ask you a
instance,
question. Why did you buy
problem.
the deluxe edition? Was it because of the characters, the DLC, or?
Yeah, because of the DLC. But you know what I'm saying? But
okay.
you know what I'm saying? You're hearing rumblings about other little transactions that they're going to be doing and trying to add on to it. And I'm like, no.
New stones and shit.
You're not getting me. You're not getting me, Jack. But okay, and just for instance, Halo Wars 2. One thing, I bought the Ultimate Edition. And I love Halo Wars 2, but I found it to be like I got slated because I would have to pay another $20 for this new DLC. Go with you, Lava. What the hell is up with these microtransactions? What can we do to stop some of this?
Can't. Too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yes, I mean, to be honest, it's the only way you can stop it is if they come out and be like, look, you know, we're going to put everything out on the table. You know, we're going to show you all the DLs, talk about all the DLC that we are planning to do right now. And then we'll talk about all the DLC that'll come later, you know, because think about it. I'm trying to think. Forza is like 100, right? It's like $100. Yeah. And I'm trying to remember. I know Forza Horizon is different. Like I don't think the main Forza has like standalone, well, not standalone DLC, but you know, DLC where you go to different places like Forza Horizon does. But that shit costs. That costs extra. That's not included in the Ultimate Edition. You have to pay like an extra $20-$30 depending on if you got the Ultimate Edition or not for that. True. You know, is it worth it? Yeah, if you're a Forza fan, it's totally worth it. I mean, look, it's no different than Uncharted. Uncharted just came out with the Lost Legacy, right? That's DLC. You know, if you bought the Ultimate DLC, whatever, you might get it. But you know, other than that, it's it's standalone. It's like $40. But they got to make their money, man. I mean, it is what it is.
I hate that being the excuse. They got to make their money. Well, of course, but I feel like, man, I mean, does microtransactions have to be the answer there?
Well,
like I look at prime example. The example I'm going to use is The Witcher, like The Witcher 3 and how it did its content. I mean, everybody knows that game made money.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Like, so huge. Microtransactions was not in that game, and to me, I think that should be a model of how developers should do it. Is all day sleep?
Nah. I thought all day was just talking.
No, I'm not sleep.
Oh, you know. But I'm just saying, like this one. I'm just saying, it sounded like somebody was snoring on the mic. I don't know what that was. Anyway, I can't be the only one that heard that. But anyway,
I heard it, but I just kept quiet about it.
But yeah, I feel like Witcher 3 did it right, and I think other titles should look at that model and figure out how it can make this money other than just throwing microtransactions in a game. Because you're right. Because now it's like AAA games again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand why they, games like, look, NBA 2K is going to do it. You know why? Because
they got to get their money. I mean,
it's not even that. People want it. People want it. Like, you got people that, 1 or 2 games a year they buy. It might be NBA 2K and Madden. That's it, right? But these people work. So they're not going to be able to sit down like a 16-year-old kid and just, work on their character day in, day out.
So you think that's an excuse to be paying for tattoos that you got free in year 2000? Like,
no, that ain't true.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is somebody who, look, if you're a kid, you have, number one, you have the time to earn it, just by playing the game more so than somebody who doesn't, right? But if you have the money and you don't mind spending or paying for it, then you should give people that option. I was just playing 2K. When did 2K come out? Not last week, the week before, right? Mm-hmm. came out, playing it with my cousin, and he's getting pissed while playing it while we're trying to play the My Park, because he couldn't figure out how to buy just the VC. He was like, yo, what the fuck? I just want to buy this goddamn VC. And then he's like, oh shit, I found it. All right, cool. I'm happy now. Because he works all day. He only had about 2 hours to play here and there when he does. So he's not trying to sit down and for those 2 hours play and get 50 VC. No, he'll pay his 50, 20, whatever he has to pay in order to, get his character boosted up. Like his character's at 85. I'm still on 60.
What version did he get, though? What version did he get? Livewire?
No, he got the regular version. He just paid for VC.
Okay,
he got the regular version and then went and bought VC.
No, I'm saying, how do you feel about a lot of the 2K elitists? A lot of them are downplaying and angry and ranting on YouTube about, the shot accuracy being really low without the badges.
Well, that's their fault because it comes with the game. I'm a 2K person. I play 2K.
That's
on them.
You talking about people? You talking about people that'll skunk you 50-0.
Ain't no
veterans.
You ain't getting skunked. We talk about veterans. I'll put this way. I know veterans that had the game 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, before the game came out. So they get special gifts. If anybody that went to that 2K party that was out here, they got a whole lot of special gifts, including the game. So they got the ultimate. They got all this stuff.
You don't think that you don't think that 2K would alter anything to get you?
They have. They said they are altering stuff. They're bringing down the prices on haircuts. They are altering. They are.
I'm talking about just the core gameplay. Because I don't
play. I don't play
more than 20 people. Like I'm saying, if it's more than 20 people saying the same thing, right? Then something's going on. People are noticing something.
But all day, check this out. Guess who messed the game up? It's called Grand Theft Auto. How many times you hear me say I got to go get the kids shark cards, and I'm telling them to go grind? You got an option to grind, but that grind is raw over there. That grind is raw on 2K. It ain't like Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? We talk to Flip every night. Flip sit there and what he do? He grinding. I ain't buying no shark cards. Well, he got his boys buying these shark cards, giving 2K. You got to understand, these microtransactions are making these companies money.
Right.
When Rockstar doing it, they're making them money. The only company that I kind of see is like she said, was that CD Projekt Red with The Witcher. See, people mad about Halo. I was kind of mad about Halo until when I saw the cutscenes and I say they play Blur $1 million a cutscene. So I understand why I got to pay that $20 for that expansion. Can't give everything for free.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, if you're a 2K diehard, and this is really all you do, not to say that you have to spend the money, but you think you're just gonna spend $60 and play the same game, and I don't get that. Like, I spend more than that just playing freaking indies on the side. What is it, 2K 150 for this Shaq version with the DLC and all that shit?
Because when I pay $60, I expect to get a full experience and not have to worry about microtransactions.
That's exactly
that's a fact.
I was going to say.
Yeah, you should be. If you get that, you should get that.
Now, if the game is free, that's different. The game's free. I understand microtransactions, but when the game costs $60, no, bro, don't put that in my game.
Well, even the $150 version, that there should be nobody asking for any VC or paying any extra towards NBA 2K18. You know what I'm saying? At all. That means that you're dedicated to that game. You're showing your loyalty, and you should get some kind of kickback. Every you know what I'm saying? That right there, it proves and shows greed. As much as I love the NBA 2K, franchise, they're losing their way. They're slowly turning into what.
This is my question. So should they just keep the game the same as it is? Just take the microtransactions. So you can't buy nothing. You got to just everybody got to buy.
Think about this logically. Yeah. Need microtransactions?
No, I'm just saying. But should they just take it out and just leave the game as is? Just take out the microtransactions so you can't spend actual money.
No, they charge you for that. Like, they can charge you for new roster coming out. They can charge you for that. But you get what I'm saying? But they don't have to necessarily throw microtransactions for every little thing. Like, prime example, Gears of War 4, right? $60 game out the gate. And you mean to tell me it's got microtransactions on top of that? I see if the multiplayer was free, like dead scot free, and then you have microtransactions. But come on, man. Like, it's getting out of here.
It is free. If you get that all day, you just get the maps a week ahead before anybody else gets to play them.
And you get to do the private.
Wait, no. I was using Gears of War 4 as an example. Like the fact that Gears of War 4 is, when it launched, it was a $60 title, and it still has microtransactions. Is what I'm getting at with the packs and stuff like that. That's the example I was trying to use. Now I understand what you're saying in regards to like the sports game you playing. I get that.
Well, see, okay, but let me just make this point. Okay, Triggers Retro. I'm not saying all that shit, but Triggers. He's saying, he says just play the game. I get that, but the way 2K has done it is that you don't get your reward of playing the game. You're not getting the same rewards that you used to, so therefore you're going to get left behind towards with somebody that does buy the VC in order to be 10 times more ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Like if they okay, like let's just say Forza 7, right? They have microtransactions, and
Forza 7, I didn't see any.
Yeah, no, they do. They got those loot.
Those loot crates.
I know that they're in-game currency. They're in-game currency, but of course, you know what I'm saying. If
maybe in the future, I think they
they're gonna bring it in there, but they're in-game currency. And one thing about what Forza does is that when people were bitching about Forza Horizon, and I think it was Forza 6 back then, they were talking about the microtransactions. No, it was Forza 5, and they were talking about the microtransactions. Then they corrected that quickly. And you get so much in-game currency that you don't even have to go and buy anything unless it's for the map packs or something like that. You got to, you know what I'm saying, for a game that comes out every year, there should not be, and that's for, and you know what I'm saying, even if a game comes out every 2 years, there should not be constant extra money to pay. And I understand that games cost a lot more now, but if you buy the highest version, you need to get some certain type of kickbacks. It was the same thing that we was talking about with Destiny 2. If people bought the ultimate version, they should have more they should get show respect on, hey, we'll give you more items for your Destiny character than a person that buys the game at a regular $60 price.
Yeah, but I don't think it would take that long to really boost up your character if you're like, because look, the guys that really play this 2K, they ain't doing it with one guy. They got multiple guys. They didn't make it a whole roster. Just like in Destiny, people have multiple characters. Like, what is it? The war? I don't know. The Titan and whatever the fuck the other shit is. Right? They got all those different versions of their, person that they're running around with. Right? Same thing is done for 2K. They do the same shit. The only difference is in 2K, they're given the option for this VC, right? That they can, like, you already made your main character. You don't want to go back and have to grind again for the next person.
Well, this is not so much about 2K. We're talking about like all microtransactions for like Shadows of War, Halo Wars 2.
The thing about Shadow, I don't even understand what Shadow like. I can't talk on it because I don't know what it's for.
Well, Shadow Wars is actually giving you a free DLC. Now, one of the developers died. I don't know if it's because of him, but they're trying to tool stuff too.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that.
The microtransaction has no fucking place in Shadows of War at all.
Huh? Yeah, but
because it wasn't in the first one. I feel you.
But it's something different about that game. I don't know
because they're adding a multiplayer aspect to it, which is another crash grab. It's basically, if you guys ever played Metal Gear Phantom Pain. You have these fortresses that you can build up and people can invade, and you can buy different stuff for that. And I think it's the same type of premise where you have like a base with orcs and all that shit. And I guess the microtransactions attached to that, but it's totally unnecessary, bro. Like that's a single player driven game.
Yeah. Now, if you make it for costumes and stuff like that, I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you can microtransact me all the time. I don't give a damn. But
that's
other than that,
to swallow. That's an easy pill to swallow. I could do that. But when it comes to things that are altering the game, and I maybe can't get ahead, or you trying to rush me to get to a certain point, like a paywall type of thing, you know what I mean? That's when I got the issue with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. Anybody else want to interject on that? Just let us know what you feel.
Microtransactions belong in free-to-play games. Period.
That's it.
Keep them there.
Keep them out of $60 game, $60 game.
Yeah.
And
I paid you $60
AAA games.
Now, like Neverwinter and all those other games, like they're built off microtransactions. That's their whole shebang, and that's fine because you know what you're getting into once you purchase that game.
Yeah, but
if I'm paying you $60 up front, that's it.
Yeah. But see, like Neverwinter,
unless I want a season pass, you know what I mean?
But like Neverwinter, it's not pay to win.
Oh,
that's
is.
Not, it's not pay to win.
Oh, yes,
I grind. I'm almost level 70, and I grind. I ain't bought a damn thing. Now I might have friends that bought it, and they gave me some gold, and I can give you some gold if you need some gold. You know what I'm saying? I can go. You can go buy a pony. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a pony.
But Bone, you just confirmed what we're talking about. Somebody had to give you something. To
I had a pony. My boy gave me two gold coins to buy a pony. Bro.
And he's fortunate.
He bought me a pony. I said a Sony. He bought me a pony.
Oh man!
I called it so pony killer, but that was just when he bought me a pony. I got a horse now.
It don't matter, man. Bone, save yourself the breath. That game is trash, bro. Just relax.
Hang on, Neverwinter, man.
That's probably one of the worst games I've ever played in my life.
I got it.
It's not trash. I think every game's trash.
I got a guy. I know.
I think every game is trash.
Hey, winner.
Especially if you're not good at
I'm doing Path of Exile, and I'm doing Path of Exile right now. And
Path of Exile is fire. You can't say Path of Exile is trash.
No, it's not. And
I gave him $40.
I'm a fan of Diablo.
It's better. It's better than Diablo.
That kills
When you go further in that game, it is way better than Diablo.
And when Diablo 4 come out, people will forget about that game. But what I'm saying is,
no, they're not.
Come on, bro. You talking
no, they're not. No, they're not.
Come on,
too much stuff going on. And
it is a legit game, man. Path of Exile is legit.
So wait, hold on. You think that Diablo Path of Exile won't get demolished by Diablo 4?
It will not be forgotten.
It will go pound for pound with
I guarantee.
Because the PC Master Race already accepted it. They already accepted it.
Bone, do you understand? I mean, do you know you have any gaming history at all? I mean, do you do your research?
What you mean? Gaming history. Diablo, that skill tree. You can't. Diablo skill tree is like a little pea. This thing is an adult. You know so many things that you can do. So we get different loadouts. Mega, I might play it for 2 days, and Mega might come back to me like, "Hey, I got a new loadout." Like, where you at? Where I'm at. You don't do that on Diablo.
What I'm saying
and then you don't do that on Diablo. And then think about it on Diablo is how many times these people sit there on the 360 and on the PlayStation 3 and they did some little hacking type of shit to get some shit. I got leveled up in Diablo. I got leveled up in Diablo in 30 minutes.
Diablo is an older game, and I think
it's an older game.
Yeah, it's an older game, and Diablo I think Diablo will utilize what some of the things that Path of Exiles is using. Overall, I know that when it comes to if you want to talk about sales, no, Diablo's going to outsell Pat because he's going to get the play.
I'm just talking about a new iteration. Like, there's no way Path of Exile will demolish or
no, it ain't going to demolish it. But you said it will eradicate it to where nobody will talk about Path. No, people will still be playing Path of Exile.
Oh yeah,
Trust
of course.
That.
It's free. Of course. It's free.
Come
of
on,
course.
Man. Listen to that.
Come on, man.
Come on, you sound like Mario. You already raised money.
It's free. Like that's a bum special. I get it.
Okay, so what do you think? All right, let me ask D-Batch this. D-Batch, what do you think about microtransactions? That's what we just want to hear you real quick. We just seen you came right back.
I mean,
It's like that. That's messed up.
Did you choked up?
No. I'm driving. Hold on 1 second. I'm driving through the bridge. Hold on 1 second. I'm driving through the bridge. Hold on. Okay. No. Microtransactions. Look, it's okay, right? Like I get that people they want to spend the money on the games they love, right? But me, I choose to buy the game used, or if I could find the game on sale, because I get a lot of customers that come in with the Switch and everything like that. So once I get the game, I like to hold on to it. I really don't like to delve into microtransactions that much unless it's about some new CUDA cores or something like that. If it's about Bitcoin or something like that. You know, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Honestly, guys, I can tell you right now, you don't have to buy that stuff, man. It's all optional. Yeah, no doubt, man. It's optional.
Oh my God. Okay,
Hey,
thank you,
better not go to Canada.
Thank
better
you.
not go
Hey,
to
you know,
Canada.
we're gonna have to have D-Batch really come on here, man, and have this all day D-Batch and D-Batch really go into it, man, because I'm thrown right now, man. I am thrown. Anyway, all right.
Wow.
Let's get off of microtransactions. We got some things to talk about that's positive, and that's Cuphead. Who's played Cuphead on this panel?
All of us.
All right, come on now. I was like, we were talking about all of the chat. Okay. All right. What do y'all guys think?
Woke up this morning. It was about 6 a.m. You know, I fell asleep hella early. I woke up. Cuphead was ready to play. I seen people streaming. I mean, I wasn't the only one. I woke up. I turned on YouTube. You know, I had to brush my teeth and shit. I see like 10 people streaming it already. You know what I mean? So I was like, people was on it. You know what I mean? So I hopped on it. Big mistake, huge mistake. I almost wanted to chuck my Xbox out the fucking window. I played the game. It's tough, man. I had to change my controls. The game is beautiful. It's a dope title. $20, perfect price. I mean, it's a great experience for that price point, man. Even if it was $29, I think it'll be applicable to buy. You know what I mean? But just get ready to rage. I mean, you saw Kid Smooth up there doing the fucking spin-a-rooney on camera. He was having a tough time with some of those bosses, but it's a dope game, man. Everybody should check that shit out, man. Support that game, man. Hey, and shout out to all the 25 people playing on my Xbox right now that supported the game, man. Good shit.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, what about you? All day. I said I'm just talking all day. I'm thinking you D Batch. Sorry, D. Don't play it.
Nah, man. I'm getting it tomorrow.
You don't got it yet? Come on, D.
Nah.
You got an
No, look. I bought it, but I was at the Best Buy looking at the OLEDs, and
you got an OLED TV, man.
I need another one for the. I need another one.
I was looking at the OLEDs.
I need another one for the kitchen. Yeah,
okay.
I have one in the living room, so I'm looking at some more.
Okay, all right, good shit. Okay, all right, Delilah, what do you think about Cuphead? Is this what we've been waiting for? Is this that platformer, or I don't even know if it is a platformer, isn't it? Considered to be a platformer?
It's a platformer, definitely. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, me and my husband, we're playing it. It's pretty good, man. I'm enjoying the game. I love the art style. Obviously, everybody loves art style. It's tough though, man. I think, have you guys played it on like couch co-op? Because it's definitely easier. I mean, that's what I'm finding. It's easier when you have someone to play the game with, because they can kind of watch your back, so to speak. But yeah, it's dope. I'm enjoying the controls. I'm just now getting used to some of the like special attacks that it has. Realizing what you can do with those, and just learning all the little nuances with the bosses. It's fun. It's a fun game. So I'm happy with it overall.
Yes. Yeah. What about you, 100? Have you played it yet?
Yeah, I wasn't finna stay up and play way up to no damn 6 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. That was some bullshit. I thought I was ready for 9 o'clock. I tried to get a Madden game in real quick. I'm like, man, 9 o'clock. And they said, wait till 6. I said, ain't that about a witch? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to, but I played it, and I'm gonna put it this way. You get pissed off. I made a tweet. If you don't cuss in life, you gonna cuss playing that game. And I went into a party. I went in there with Pop Off Gaming, and there was a whole lot of MFs going on.
Man,
hold on, wait a minute. First, so let me just say this: we got live wire in here. You can cuss, man. I don't know why people think GRG is where you can't cuss. I understand. We try to hold up an image. We don't want to turn to the multiplayer, but we go adults. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to show people I got a different. I used to go full. I'm trying to show people I got a different. I can talk legit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I can talk. I can be goddamn ignorant. So
I like that.
So then I went in there with Nethers and them, and they was going off. I'm like, and he was like, man, how you feel? I said, you about to hear all the explicitives in the world, because I couldn't get past this one boss, and it was like the little blue ball, and it gets bigger and bigger. I'm like, I'm getting in, and then I said, and so then when I got to the girl, when you got into the plane, that's where I'm at right now. When I got into that plane, oh Lord. But the neighbor came back and said, "Are you okay?" I said, I don't know. I'm gonna have a stroke. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go clean up the kitchen. But think about it, it's like they say, everybody say it's like it's your fault that when you die. It's not on them. You just gotta figure out the pattern. And I guess you gotta go learn the code in the matrix. And like when you know it and you mess up, you're like, I knew I was gonna do it. But think about it, what Cuphead does it different is they'll throw something else different at you. Because I was used to fighting 2 girls that was shooting something at me. Then they throw an angel shooting the arrow at me. And I'm like, whoa, that was a cold trick. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's refreshing. And like I say, price is $20. If you want to rage, that's the game. That's the game that you're gonna rage in. And like I say, I was in a party with somebody who was playing. I don't know if that was a Halo Storm or something. Somebody was in a party with their little brother, and he was sitting there ready to suck the hell out of him. Like, man, I told you don't jump on this. And I'm like, dang, I'm raging, but man, I'm like, man, I need some milk. You know what I'm saying? Because this is it takes your time, and you know what? I went to play Madden, but I kept on thinking about Cuphead, and that's how you know a game can get you to do that, and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if my man Tax gonna survive this thing, because I think it's gonna be a whole lot.
I think Tax might lose a little bit of something.
He might be asking for a refund because I don't think that's made for him, because it's not easy. Me and Lady, matter of fact, shout out to Lady Infamous. We was playing, like I said, we always playing this morning with Pop Off, and I decided to throw it on simple. Yeah, I decided to throw it on the simple one, and I'm like,
hey, all day, get him, Did you hear that?
No, I decided to see what it was. What's the difference between? I beat it on regular. I wanted to see what's the difference. When I played
he stepped away for a minute. I would give him full reign to jump on you. You played it on simple.
No, I know. I said I played a level. I beat it. You won't let me talk. Oh, I beat it on regular. But Lady said she was playing it on the simple. So when I went to redo the level again to try to, because I got a C+ the first time. When I played against the you call that the potato, the onion, and the carrot. The first one. And I said, okay, I want to see what's the difference between that and simple, because it gives you the option. So I'm playing on simple. You don't play against the onion. And I'm like, damn, the onion is the one. Like, I didn't even know how to parry. I didn't know what parry was until I started watching people videos. Like, man, I love Cuphead. I'm like, it's a parry.
You gotta put that 40 ounce down, bro.
Man, it's like it's a parry in it. I didn't know the pink was a parry. I learned how to parry.
Oh man, yeah, you got to parry, bro.
Yeah, and I didn't know the parry. I didn't know how to parry until I went to that board where you got the little urn and this person like help me, and I kept on dying. I'm trying to shoot.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, parry? What the hell is parry? And I end up listening to the video. I'm like, damn, this game is more in depth than what I thought. I thought it was just shooting them up bang bang. You know, I play up shooting up bang bangs.
All right. Yeah. So what do you think about this live wire?
He's still playing it right now. Look at him.
Yeah, I heard that.
Nah, I'm playing Ruiner.
Man, how you play games and podcast at the same time? You act like it's an Xbox Live party or something.
That game is high, yo. But I couldn't play Cuphead. I tried, man. I was raging, so I knew I couldn't play that shit. While
are you done with it?
What, Cuphead? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No. I finished the first section. I think it's like 26% when you're able to get to the Dice Guys casino area, whatever. That shit is hard, bro. That shit is hard.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'll tell you.
Wait, live wire. Hold on. This is 100's theme song.
He waited all week for this.
That Tom Selleck. As we know, he don't play games on hard. He playing on simple, just like his brother all day Digitown. Radio games, man.
Maybe he would just find it out on simple to see what the difference was like. No. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's like it's
come on.
Well, because it shows you. It's like midway through. That's what it is. It's like so where. And to me, like seeing the boss transform is like part of the, enjoying playing the game. Yo, the shit is like banging your head against the wall sometimes, though.
Okay, Mega. Side note, let me ask you a question real quick, bro.
Go ahead.
Hey, they got this King of Fighters on sale for $19.99. Is it worth it?
Yes, King of the Fighters is dope. And I'm letting this whole song play through.
How do you play all these damn fighting games, man? You play all of them.
Yeah, we play them.
I'm done.
We play them.
Go ahead.
Play them. But
yeah,
the,
King of Fighters is dope.
See,
and I wish Xbox had the King of Fighters 14. It's fire.
King of the Fight. Is it King of the Fighters or King of Fighters?
King of Fighters.
King of Fighters.
I don't care what it's called, but I want it on Xbox.
KOF.
I'm gonna make petition.org. I want that on Xbox. That's what I want.
He's botting for real now.
Yeah. Oh, let me get finish back to the whole Cuphead thing. I'll tell you one thing. Cuphead, obviously, it's trial and error, but it's also patience. Because if you try to speed rage back to where you basically died, you will die more that way. You like it really tries to test your patience. It's like, look, as much as you hate dying and you feel like, damn,
but
like
the game is teaching you, bro.
Because you know what kills me the most? It ain't the fact that you died, right? It's the fact that you died, and then right after they show you exactly where you were. And when you're far, it's like, oh, okay, damn, I was kind of far. But when you were right there and fucking died, oh, that shit hurt.
See, the thing with side scrollers and platformers like this, bro, this is always going to be the rule, and it'll never change. This is a fact. Platformers, every error is your fault.
Yeah, especially this game.
99% of the time, if you fucked up, if you died, that's on you. Period.
Yeah, you know what? That's one of the best things about this game. Never did I fall off something and felt like, oh, that they, you know,
this ain't crack that.
Yeah, it wasn't like I saw something and it was, you know how like you're playing a platform and like the way they drew it, you know, certain parts of it you can't stand on, so when you try to jump on it, you miss. Like you're never gonna have that situation in the game where you feel like, oh, I shot for it and I missed because you know they drew it wrong, and you know my perception of what I thought they were trying to draw as like this level or ledge, you know, isn't what it was. Like that never happened to me playing the game. So that's you know, to me that's important, especially as hard and tedious as some of the you know things are that you have to like constantly pay attention to every detail. You know, because the flower level. Y'all played the sunflower level? You gotta fight that guy. Did y'all beat it? Y'all beat him yet?
Not yet. No.
All right.
I'm at the plane.
Now
I'm at the plane too.
Now, mind you, the seeds that are pink that you can parry, if you do not parry them, they will. Because notice, all the seeds grow. Everything that hits the ground grows up and becomes like whatever from some plant-like shit, right? Mm-hmm. But the shit that you can parry, if you don't parry it, it'll grow and then it'll become that sunflower, whatever that flies overhead. It's like a sunflower brain or something, and it shoots seeds down on you. That shit makes that level way harder than it needs to be if you don't parry it. So that's one of the things too. Is like they give you little hints of like, yo, you can make this shit easy, and most of it is due to the parrying. You gotta parry because either it's going to give you your powers quicker so you can destroy shit. Like that's what you got to do with that flying level. You have to parry a lot of that shit. If you don't, it's gonna take way too long to kill take the plane girl out. And the longer you fight them, the more that you're gonna run the risk of just basically dying. And a lot of times you don't always see all her transformations depending on what her life level is. Because like sometimes if you knock her life level down, she doesn't transform into the I guess Zeus or whatever god character with the arrow.
I see Zeus.
Look like.
Yeah, I see Zeus, and I see the two girls.
Yeah.
They got the little thing, and then her last ending is that the moon.
Yeah. So that's sometimes, so depending on what her life level is at that point, will determine if you see him or you see them. Like you can see all, both of those transformations if you don't use your supers. But if you use your supers, you can weaken her to the point that you're not going to see one of them. See what I'm saying? Which will help you out because then you don't, you're able to finish the level a lot easier than, going through all that shit. But
we're really good. Don't tell the whole game now. Damn.
No. I'm just saying.
I mean, what I'm saying? You look like you're doing a review. I mean, just ask you guys if the game is good because we on
the game is good.
We on press time. We got other topics to talk about. So I'm just saying, I'm a fan. I've been waiting for this game. I'm glad it got delayed. That's because what we got for it, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
Yeah. The levels is dope, yo. The platforming levels. I remember when they came out with the little videos and they were like, "Yo, these are shitty ass platforming levels." Hell no.
He might want to mute his mic. He about to spoil some.
Y'all know.
Nah, it is it.
All right.
He talking about the running gun.
Whatever, Delilah.
I'm just saying.
Talking about the running gun.
You start going on.
Yeah, the running gun. Yeah, those shits are hot, yo. They're hard. They are hard. That second one is hard. I'm not gonna tell you about it, but that shit is hard. That shit is hard.
It is. It's a great game. So let's move on to the next Xbox exclusive that came out. Forza 7. Now, this was really funny to me because there was somebody that gave Forza 7 a 6 out of 10, and they said in their review that they would have given Forza a 9 if they had a patch for the PC. Now, for a lot of people that's been saying that the PC's been working fine. Like, I mean, we had D talk about it on the multiplayer, saying that it ran perfect on his. I've heard other people say it ran fine, but also heard from some other people that there was a couple of hiccups here and there. So a patch is going to come. But again, if the game is a 6 to you, why would you want to give it a 9 over a patch? That's the thing that I'm not understanding. But regardless, has any of you guys played it other than me?
Yeah, I'm playing it right now.
All right. What do you think about it all day?
I kind of skipped out on 6. I was playing a lot of other stuff. I think I was playing Destiny 1 at the time, so I didn't really have enough time. But usually I go hard in all Forzas, on the Motorsport series. But 5 left a sour taste in my mouth. 6, and I just started playing 6 before this one to kind of get warmed up. And just when you load up the game, the presentation alone is just a notch, 10 notches above 6. It feels alive. It doesn't feel so flat and bland. The graphics are gorgeous. The skyboxes are crazy, man. If you guys get a chance when you guys pick it up, try not to crash your fucking car, but look at those skyboxes. Look at some of the smaller details, like the rain, drizzling off your windshield and getting smeared due to the speed. The game's just great, man. I think this is one of the best Forzas ever made, bro. Honestly.
Well, okay. Where do you compare it to simulation racers? Where would you put that at?
I think this is the only one. You know what I mean?
Whoa, you said whoa. What? Yeah, Mr. Petty? You saying this is the best?
This is the best. It's all when has it? I mean, come on, bro. This is Forza. I mean, they've continued to you know what? We had this discussion on the multiplayer, right? And the thing is, to me, is people complain about Gears, Halo, and Forza, right? Now I can agree with Halo and Gears because they are fatigued. They're not really pushing.
Get the hell out of here! You're losing me now. Go ahead.
Well, we got to think about it. That's my perspective because I went.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So those games, but I mean, Forza to me, racers. It's the sim races, right? People complain about the same old 3, but at least this one out of the other 2 is annual, right? And then there's a 2-year gap in between Motorsport and Horizon. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, there's a gap.
You broke a little bit.
Yeah. So to me, I think every year they have room for improvement all the time, annually. So they can always step up their game, you know what I mean, and always make they don't really have to change the formula too much because it's already solid. So all they can do is improve minor tweaks to make the game that much better. Now, Gran Turismo, the game, the development cycles are so long, they might get out of touch a little bit with how things are progressing in the sim racer genre, and that's a scary thing, man. I mean, on PlayStation, you only get one Gran Turismo every generation. You know what I mean? Right. So I think if they were a little bit more closer, they might be on Forza's level. But I think they're too far out the loop, and I think Forza is king of simulation. Now, Project Cars 2 is getting good reviews, and that's good for that game. But there's no upgrades in that game. You just play the cars that you get. You know what I mean? There's no depth. I mean, the game is good. It's simulation, right? They're trying their best. But Forza is daddy, bro. Period.
Yeah, I think Forza is more like I think it's more than a love letter. Because people say, "Oh, well, they love a lot of." I think a lot of the guys that make cars love cars. I think the Turn 10 is more like they're obsessed, to the point that they're on some Kobe Bryant level of I gotta be the best, and they're not really competing against anybody else. They're competing against themselves, and that's what I kind of get from the way they approach making their game.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and with having a different developer like Playground Games to make Horizon, and so many people talk about Horizon, they had to step up their game compared to it. 6 was a great game, but yeah, this is leaps and bounds better than 5 or 6. Like, you don't even want to bring up 5. I see why they gave 5 for free on Windows for Gold. I mean, on Games for Gold.
Games for Gold.
Nobody would ever go and buy it. If you play Forza 7 and you're a racing fan, your life has changed. That's how good this game is. I love Cuphead, and I was killing the Cuphead, but Forza was calling me like, man, you want to get in that. You want to get in that 69 Camaro and drive me around a little bit, bro. Don't you? I'm like, yeah, baby, I want to drive. I want to get in there and just drive me. Just roll. I know I'm getting emotional thinking about it, man. So
you about to fuck the gas tank.
No, man. You know what I'm saying? Just step on that pedal and let her go. And like, again, the sounds, like you were saying all day, looking at the clouds, like there was something that the demo didn't show, was the transition of they showed the transition in the demo.
Oh, yeah, dynamic weather is great.
Yeah, but oh my God, that weather. Like, it was a part where it wasn't even raining.
Did you get to the part where it's like it starts off nighttime, right? And then as you do a couple laps, it starts to become dusk, like early at 6 a.m. in the morning. Like, it looks like it's 6 a.m. You know, it's kind of hazy outside and overcast.
Yes.
Bro, yes, like that shit, it really looked like it was 6 a.m. Like, for
right.
real.
And then like it was you could tell it was going to rain, so it was kind of foggy. And I'm like, God, this is stupid. Man, like, you know what? I know that Gran Turismo is
when I get the X, I'm not even going to try it on my own.
Yeah. I'm afraid to watch it with the X, because I mean, just looking at it now, I'm telling you, it's going to make my eyes bleed, because it's a beautiful game. And when I was recording some gameplay off of my Elgato, you know, you have to only get it on 1080p. I think is there a 4K Elgato?
They got a 4K one.
Okay, I need to get it. But it still was unbelievable. Like, I'm looking at like, this damn thing is fire. So. Forza is man. There's nothing bad to say about it. I give what score do you give it all day so far? Did he leave?
He breaks out. He's been breaking.
Oh yeah, he's breaking out. Okay, so well, for me, I give it a 9 out of 10. You know, I give it a 9.5. I'll say it like this: for overall game experience, I give it a 9. For racer, 10. It's perfect. I haven't seen any problems whatsoever. Not with this racing game. A racing simulator, it's brought me back to the joy like I was playing GT3. And I love GT3. GT3 was my favorite simulated racing game of all time. And that's now been surpassed by Forza 7, man.
The thing I get from Forza, especially the way Forza 7 looks, is like each car plays so uniquely different from the others that it warrants you driving them, if that makes sense. It's just almost like, how like some people say, well, why do I need to play a car game? They all feel the same. But if you play Forza and you gotta obviously, like, if you don't give a shit about car games at all, even Forza might not, change your mind on that. But if you even care a little bit, like, this is where it's at, as far as racers.
And what's funny to me is that, like, there will be people that will tell you that, GT Sport is going to outsell it. I gives a rat's ass about the sales numbers, because there's only Forza, and then there's Project Cars. And you know what I'm saying? And that's it. I mean, GT has got a long lasting, so of course it should sell. You would hope that PlayStation fans will get it, because they're craving a genuine racer. Drive Club wasn't the ticket. It was a beautiful game. It still holds up graphically, but driving wise, gross. So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It is one of the best racers that you can play, and you know what? Turn 10 has done it again. So anyway, we're going to get down to getting close to our last two topics. Since 100 wanted to be an hour late, thank you. So anyway,
give him a hard time, man.
I know. I'm just messing with him. So kinda, I'll let his ass have it when we get online later on. But anyway, let's talk about the Red Dead Redemption trailer. I'm pretty sure all of us have seen it, right? Y'all haven't seen the trailer yet?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah,
I'm saying it.
All right, what do y'all think? I mean, is y'all excited about it? I mean, y'all going to get it day one? You're going to get the deluxe? You're not 100.
You impressed with that?
You weren't impressed?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Explain.
No, because for one, it's a damn prequel. I ain't beat the first one yet. And like I say, I play open world games. I'm still trying to play the first one. I paid for the first one. It felt like Grand Theft Auto, and I'm with a horse. But you know what? I think now I'm going to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. What killed me is I know what happened at the end of Grand Theft. Not Grand Theft, but Red Dead at the end.
It doesn't matter. That game is so big and massive. The experience.
I mean, I love cowboy movies. You know what I'm saying? Wyatt Earth. I love Untouched. You know what I'm saying? I love the type of stuff, but I didn't want a prequel. I don't want to. Why I got to be a prequel? You know what I'm saying? Why can't it be somebody brand new?
So you're mostly disappointed with that, to where it skews your whole perception.
You already know about the future. Why you got to go make a prequel? You never made a prequel to Grand Theft Auto, so why you make a prequel to this? You could have made a whole different character and in a whole abroad and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You making a prequel about this gang that everybody already know about. You know, you only got one person you don't know about, and that's the person that you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be this train robber and all this other. You know, I wasn't. You know, like I need to get it day one.
He went that on day one. Watch.
No, I ain't. No.
You're not gonna get it.
No, I wait till it go to 40.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it, but I wasn't impressed with it.
It's amazing to me.
No, I mean maybe the bow and arrow stuff. They want to copy off of two. Everybody want to copy off of Tomb Raider now with the bow and arrow joint, but it's not. It wasn't like ooh. And I actually watched people talk about okay, this is what it is, and they explain it to you and break it down. I gave it. It's not like I watched it like, oh, this is dog. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sitting there listening to other people's opinions about it also that I respect, but I'm like, that is like you make me a Back to the Future game and already watched the movie like 200 times. I don't want come on, gotta do something different.
Okay, all right. Hey, but respect your opinion. I mean, not all games are for everyone. I got Grand Theft Auto 5. I played it and I enjoyed it. I think it's great for what it is, but I haven't played that game in almost 2 years. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them games I'll get to it when I get to it. And if I try to jump on online, it'd be ridiculous. I'd be in hand-me-downs. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody's got Bentleys and buildings and everything else. So I feel you on that. I mean, what about you, Delilah? Where are you at on the trailer? Was it fantastic?
I thought the trailer was pretty good. Like, you know, I didn't really get too far into the first game, Red Dead Redemption. For my own personal reasons at the time when that game launched, I was going through something else. But man, you know, it looked amazing from what I saw. The trailer looked really, really good. It was definitely way better than the first trailer they dropped. So I thought it was good for them to kind of, you know, show a little more of the game. But man, I mean, I do feel what 100 saying in regards to it being a prequel. It is kind of a letdown. I was hoping that it would be a direct sequel to the first game. To me, that would have been far more interesting. But but I think it's gonna really just kind of show like how they got to the point of the first game. But I don't know. But it looked good. It looks good to me. I'm probably gonna pick it up when it drops.
Yeah. What about you, Live? You getting it day one?
Yeah, more than likely.
Probably day one, but I'm definitely getting it.
Okay.
Yeah, more than likely. I wasn't terribly impressed with it, but the thing is, like, most of the Rockstar games aren't like the best looking games overall. Like, to me, Grand Theft Auto wasn't the best looking game of last generation or this generation, but it's the details, paying attention to detail. That's what they do really well, better than most, you know. And that's really kind of hard to see in like a trailer, because you got to really just be playing it. When you actually have the game in front of you, that's when you realize, like, oh shit, this shit is crazy, you know, because they just pay more attention to detail. But it's not going to give you that like Naughty Dog or Forza, you know, it's not going to give you that like, oh my god, graphically this is like my eyeballs are melting. Like, it's not going to do that for you, you know. But it looked good though. I'm not saying it looked trash. I'm just saying it just didn't look like something out the realm of what we already seen, you know.
The Red Dead trailer. What was your thoughts of it? Is it day one buy for you, or is it?
Oh, if they have a $200 version, I'm buying that one.
You said how much?
He said $200.
200 is my limit.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, I beat that game twice, man. That game's amazing, bro.
Yeah, well, that's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
The production. I mean, Rock. I mean, come on. No one has to question Rockstar.
No, just 100. And he wasn't thoroughly impressed of it. He's not going to buy day one, and so I have to let him go first.
What? Wait. Let's put him in. Let's put him in a hot seat.
Okay.
Well, where you at? What
I'm right here.
Okay. Explain to me, what did the game didn't do for you?
I'll put it this way. I've been trying to play one. I've been trying to play one since, I even had a little hack around to get to the one before it came out, when they did the backwards compatibility and they had to hit. It's cool, but it's like, I didn't want a prequel. I wanted something. I didn't want to play.
No. Did you play the part?
No, but I know.
Launch?
No, I know I didn't play it at launch.
When did you play it? How long ago we talking?
I just played it like last year when it went back.
Well, I mean, like I said, the game holds up.
Yeah.
But I mean, you kind of playing it super late. You know what I mean?
Like I said,
I don't know what the fuck you was doing when that game came out.
I was a manager at Lowe's. I had to go to work at
o'clock in the morning. You didn't have a console back then. I know.
I had like two of them. I was playing up with Madden and poker. But dang, it wasn't like boom, like and people around me wasn't like, oh, you need to get Red Dead. You know what I'm saying?
You worked at Lowe's. Them people was playing hacky sack on lunch breaks, bro. Like,
God dang, man, come on now.
Man, we had lunch breaks. We had lunch breaks. Man, we had lunch break drinking. We had lunch break drinking 805. We wasn't worrying about no.
Okay, so he just described it. That you got alcoholics work at the job.
Man.
So of course they're not gonna be into no video games. But I'm saying, like,
I ain't into no video. But I'll put this way: it's to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Some people are
you like stories. You like stories. You like stories, right?
I love stories.
You love it. You play. Look, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this man plays Halo for the story. You don't even like multiplayer. So
I never said I like multiplayer, but I'm not a pro at it. It's not like if they give me a Halo. No, I played a multiplayer, but just like it's like Halo Wars. I put this way: I love Halo so much. I gave him $20.
Look. That story right there, bro, is amazing. Just go back.
But I knew that story. But see, I already know the end. Somebody told me the end game.
Man, so that kind of around. You be hanging around a whole bunch of the scumbags.
Well,
I already knew the ending too, but I'm still.
And somebody told me the end. But you know what? It kind of like I got to hit A on the horse and all that. You know, if I get on Grand Theft Auto, I want to drive. You know what I'm saying? I should just hit. You know what I'm saying? Just go up on the butt. I mean, it's certain things. Like I think I played. Boom. I forgot. I'm gonna give it a chance. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a chance. But is it gonna be day one buy? You know, I buy every goddamn thing day one.
But you know that not everybody that likes Grand Theft Auto is gonna like. Most of the people that like Grand Theft Auto are not leaving Grand Theft Auto to go to Red Dead. They're just not. They don't want to be in the wild West. A lot of these, they just rather.
Yeah, it's the setting. The setting to turn you off. You know what I mean? If you like the city, or if you like, historic pieces. You know what I mean? Or timelines. So,
I love westerns. You know what I'm saying? I love westerns. I watch the westerns, but I didn't.
You just expose yourself.
But I just don't feel. No, but I don't feel. I like I said, that trailer is like, okay, you need to get this day one. No.
But you don't really have no connection with the first game, so I don't expect you to be ooh and ahhing over that trailer.
I wasn't going ooh and ah. No, I see a lot of trailers. As a matter of fact, I didn't purchase Battlefield Home from. What's that? The new
100. Shit, 100 was the only person that DM. 100 was the only person that DM'd me about Turning Point. I didn't know what the fuck that game was. He's like, "Oh, dang man, this game's gonna be the game of the year, bro."
What was that? Turning Point. What you mean?
You can't get away with that. Hold on. All day can't get away. You can't get away from that. You were telling me, no, bro.
Man is accomplished.
About Fortnite. I'm going to get. Yeah, I said. He's like, you a fraud. I said, how am I fraud? Hey, man, you ain't got Fortnite? I said, no. He says, man, me and Dealer got it. And I promise you, man, you a fraud if you don't play that game, man. It's day one, but I love it. It's great. You need to get it, nigga. He said,
but AK Mega, look, I'll take a mini L. I ain't gonna
take a huge L for that. You don't even play it no more.
You and Dealer. You and Killer shot her.
You didn't even play it when it came out with the PUBG mode.
Like 3 days later. I bought Fortnite 3 days later, and
this is for the audience. This is for the audience. I only said that to K Mega within the first hour and a half of playing the game.
I caught you. I came in the party and you was 2 hours in. You was like, hey, man, this is great. I said, why you fresh? I said, why you playing for a free to play game? I said, why you playing for a free to play game? Oh man, you ain't got $40. So he started going on my history, what I buy, because I buy everything. So
he does.
You bought the Valley. I said, yeah, I bought the damn Valley.
The Valley's hot. The Valley is hot.
So he started going down my list of what I buy, because sometimes I do buy some ignorant stuff. So I'm like, I just like it. I see it. I get it. Especially for a good price.
A 2 hour window, that's a grace period, bro.
Okay, but still, in that 2 hour period, you were like, man, this is the game right here. You are fraud for not having it.
It was pretty good at that.
I bought it like a day or two later. It was not even 48 hours when I got the game, and I'm looking, and it was blank. It was blank canvas. I'm like, and then all of a sudden, I seen Xbox says, "Hey, this man, Fortnite is great." He was saying it to him, and
you can't trust Xbox.
It was somebody else who said it was great. Yeah, and he was like, "But he got it for free." Got it for free. He didn't even buy it. You know, see, he bought it for him and Snaps, I guess. And I was like,
the problem is with that game, it was like, hey, bro, check it out. I've been watching that game since Gears 3 because I don't know if you know, but they had a lot of developer diaries with Fortnite after.
Right,
Gears
I mean, you're
3.
telling me that, yeah.
Yeah, so that game looked different. I never seen nothing like that before. You know what I mean? So it looked hot, and it was PC only back then because I knew consoles couldn't run it. So the hype since 2011 till now, bro, didn't live up to that. I tell you what, it's completely
in a battle royale mode.
You got the PlayStation fans. They clamoring. It's better than PUBG. I did not see one.
Me and Live played it for about 30 minutes last night.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on. This is what's funny though. And all day, you know who I'm talking about in particular. If this dude bet not have a PUBG. If PUBG do come to PlayStation, he better not show anything on Bang Bang or on Twitter or anything about PUBG after he's been saying that PUBG is trash. Xbox trash for having it. Nobody wants to play PUBG. It's gonna fail. And
who said that? Who said that?
Man.
Go ahead and say it all day. Go ahead.
Oh man, he's just one of the PlayStation brethren. You know, sometimes he's
I know he is.
He becomes a lost nigga at times. You know what I mean? we gotta give him a flashlight.
It gotta be.
He's dedicated to the Tinky Winky games. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta give a boy that.
He gotta be Jabbar. He gotta be Jabbar. You know Bang Bang. I already know who it is. And I even in Bang Bang.
He bet not even post anything saying, "Oh well, this is good." You know what I'm saying? How you X fools or whatever, you Xbox fans feel by Xbox or whatever, because he don't really go with the over dramatic, crazy rhetoric about Xbox fans. He just say some crazy shit. But oh my God, if he mentions anything about PUBG being hot on PlayStation, you're getting crucified.
Yeah, but you got a guy that went to PDX last year tried to dress like the Joker.
Oh my goodness!
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. This ain't multiplayer. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Anyway. Okay, all right. This the where we starting to wrap it up because we know it's after 10. So, two more questions. One, which is really okay. Let's PlayStation. PlayStation has surpassed 25 million in Europe alone. All right, now, to you PlayStation 4 fans out there, if you want your PlayStation 5, y'all better stop buying the PlayStation 4 because they're not going to give you anything.
It might be another PS2 era coming up.
Exactly. You might have a 10-year window of maybe a PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 situation where you keep on buying this PlayStation 4. You're not going to see the 5 because they're making too much money off of older hardware right now. They're starting to make money off of the console now. So, I mean, it's fantastic for gaming. It's fantastic for Sony because they're staying afloat. This is their cash cow right now. But, man, I mean, what do you guys think about this? Like, damn, like
I
this
think
is
I think PS5 is still gonna come out accordingly. The only reason why I say that is because back in the day, 2000, 2001, you know what I mean, when the Dreamcast was there and that died off, and then you know, like after even when the 360 came out, I was still enjoying my PS2. You know what I mean? Like those, and then the price is gonna drop tremendously on that 4, so people can still get a nice console with a nice library of games by that time. You know what I mean? God of War, Spider-Man's, you know, Last of Us probably be the last. Last of Us 2 probably be the last game on that on the PS4's life cycle. But I mean, it's still a great value for them, you know, for Christmas and things like that. So they still gonna make that money even if the PS5 gets launched. The PS4 will still sell. I mean, it's not like what the thing about it is that look at me sound like K Mega and I mean. These games, the way they look now, the way they develop, the production values, they're not going to date as they're not going to feel or look dated as say if you used to play a PS1 game. You know what I mean? Like, so I think, you know, it has some longevity. It's still I think the PS5 will still come out on time, bro. I think maybe 19 or 20.
No, it can't even 19 because like you just said, they're going to be cheaper. And look, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if the Porter Rock type of gamer for PlayStation is like that, where they're fickle about spending their money. They're going to keep buying cheaper
on PS4. Yeah, because he's content with it. Yeah,
right, because they're content. And like you said, the graphics is not that overwhelmingly substantial unless when the X get here and then those games start getting more enhanced, then there'll be a difference. But then again, this is the one thing that I wanted to make about this point was that while now you got your foot on the X in sales, not by features and anything else, but in sales, you got your foot on Xbox throat. You need to bring that 5 out pretty soon, Jack, because if you don't, you're gonna let Xbox come right in and come in the window, and then you're gonna try to step on the throat, and they're gonna grab your foot and says, no, bitch, I got you, and then you're on the ground because Xbox is going to start showing games that's going to look better, run better, because that Xbox One X is future-proof, Jack. They don't have to bring another console until maybe about a year or two after the PlayStation 5 is out, because the PlayStation 5 is not going to be that much more powerful than the One X. So it's a wonderful thing for Sony. I'm not hating on the PlayStation success. I never have. I don't know why these fanboys be thinking I hate PlayStation, but it's the thing of it is that when is enough, or should Sony just feel arrogant and confident and just let Xbox just creep up on them? Anybody got anything to say about that?
I'll put it this way.
Go ahead.
I'll put it this way, man. Ain't nobody worrying about PlayStation. Ain't worrying about no PS5. They worrying about getting these what they like 65 million. They worrying about how to dispose of them because they somewhere in somebody's desert somewhere. They probably in Arizona.
Here we go.
They probably in Arizona. They probably in Dubai somewhere. What you mean? Here I go. If I go, okay, I'll put this way. Y'all about to hear it. If that's so, why are people buying these games and they're not online? You need to pay to get online. Let's do the analytics. Let's be intelligent right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's take the fanboy shit out. You know what I'm saying? Let's cut it out.
How? Okay. All right.
Cut the fanboy shit out.
Okay.
Come on, cut it out. I'm finna cut it out right.
All right.
It's 65 million. So with 65 million sold, right? It's not even half the fan base. They don't have PSN. And what people want? Multiplayer. They want to get online. They want to interact. They don't even have a third of what the hell that they claim that they sold or shipped or whatever. Whatever it is, come on. You don't have to have a degree from Harvard. You don't need a doctorate. You don't need none of that. They don't have 1/3 of people on PSN. So people are just buying it just to play offline. Come on, man.
Yeah, bro. Like every time I go in the store, bro, it's always blue cases in people's hands, bro.
All 99. We talking about horror. So you telling these people don't have no internet? They don't have
of course they
$60
do,
the pay for PSN now. They just buying the game.
Console. This is the 360 of this era, bro. Like it's just the common console to have.
I say it's more like the Wii of this generation, because it's not. It has games. It has a better lineup of games than what the Wii has. Well, I don't know. I mean, I would beg, because the Wii did come out with some cool games. it's just for me that the PlayStation is not what everybody, not everything that is cracked up to be, but people make it out to be, especially the gaming media, that this is this uber juggernaut of gaming fantasticness that nobody can compete with in sales. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes. No, nothing is touching what except for PlayStation 2 and whatever consoles back in the days, I guess the first NES. But but we're talking about with infrastructure and just for features. But the PlayStation is far behind the Xbox.
But I mean, you know what? Like,
question.
Go ahead.
Like I said, I lived it.
Go ahead.
Did Microsoft mess up with making the Xbox One the OG 500? My brother, that is an Xbox fanatic, bought the PlayStation 4 just because it was $100 cheaper.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
He bought it.
Why not?
But when I got the Xbox, I come home from work. What are you doing? Man, Madden. Don't you got Madden on PlayStation? I ain't got nobody to talk to. My friends is on Xbox.
But that's all situational.
But it took him. No, a lot of people. If I watched the IGNs and stuff when they both got introduced at E3, and when they were sitting there, and it was just because the $100 version, just because it was $100 cheaper, people was like, "Oh, PlayStation." But now you seeing people talking about the X. How many people that went to PlayStation that love PlayStation this and that? They're coming back, and they're willing to pay the $5 because they're willing to pay the $5. Now, Microsoft, could have did this 400 without the Kinect 500 with it. They could have did that easily. I think it would have been neck and neck, to tell you the truth.
Right.
It would have been neck and neck.
I think what gives PlayStation the edge for me is just the third party support, and that's it.
No, it ain't. It's the what you call it. No, because PlayStation say that it's a third party support, but that's the Japanese handouts.
And
when
Xbox you're getting stellar games dry, with that though, man.
No, man, what's stellar games? Because they don't buy them. They don't buy them. Do you hear about Niho? No more. No. Do you hear about?
It's an older game.
Looney Cooney. Looney Cooney. I have to hear from you guys. Trust me, Looney Cooney like it's gonna be a good game.
But you're speaking on opinion, bro.
They're not. Whenever you Sony say a third party exclusive so much. When the last time you heard that?
It doesn't matter.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
But see, you're still talking about numbers. I'm just talking about games.
That's going.
But okay, in the sense of games, hold on, 100, because we do have to start wrapping it up. I mean, if you wanted to have this long conversation, you should have brought your ass in here earlier. But anyway,
well,
I know you was working with your customer. I just know.
And that's why you got to ask 100 why he owns 1,000 indie games, bro. He's starving.
Look, he ain't starving. Look, we ain't starving. Look, I buy just about as many games as 100 does, and we ain't starving.
I said, "What's up, honey? Hey, man, you gotta check out this motherfucking oxen free, homie. Shit is fucking tight, homie. Yeah,
oxen free ain't that bad.
That's a good game.
The value is good. The Ruiner is good.
All day. You gotta check out this game. What game? It's called Sock Puppet 2000, man. This shit is hot. I said, what?
Okay, come on, man. They're showing a game on PlayStation for 60 to $80 where you shoot little girls with water guns, man. No, it's not.
Big Brett. I got much more to say on it. I mean,
ain't nobody looking for that shit.
Anyway, okay. Last thing, and then we're getting out of here. You can just say yes or no, and we could get the moving, or you can say give your piece onto it. The Atari is coming out with a new console.
Next topic.
And it's going to be $250 to $300. It's going to play the old NES classics. It's going to be emulated, so it's going to look really good, I guess. And then,
get sued.
Well, it's from Atari, so I mean, I'm sorry. Atari games is going to be emulated, and they're look good for those old games, but. They'll also, I mean, look, it's going to be $250.
They're not even using Kickstarter. They're not even using Kickstarter, bro.
And I think you can play Steam on it. You can play Steam games on it. Some certain Steam games, but it's under Linux, so you can't get all access to all your Steam games. So, are you guys interested in that at all?
No. I'm getting it and I'm hacking it because they said I can hack it. I ain't got no problem.
What the fuck you gonna hack it for? Bro,
I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna go.
just
When
play all
y'all
that shit
run, what y'all sitting over there running? No, I want a console I can sit in my room. I can just plug it up to my HDMI port. I don't pay for it. I'm hacking it straight up. It said you can customize it because Linux is free. You can do whatever the hell you want to do, just like Android. You can do what you want to do. So I'm not. So I'm putting in Lemonade. I'm putting all that stuff on, man. I'm be playing Xbox One, OG Xbox games, Dreamcast
so
games.
I'm doing it all. Plug in, you can plug up a wireless adapter to your PC, use your Xbox controller.
I'm not doing all that, man.
Emulator. You can get an emulator on your PC.
Man, I live in a brick house.
You sound kind of crazy right now.
House. They can't go through the walls. I live in a brick house.
Oh,
man, I want a console I can cut on. You don't understand. I look at Windows. You understand? I look at Windows 7. I look at Linux, and I look at Windows 10 every day.
So let me ask you a question.
Android.
Let me ask you a question. When you click on that thumbnail, when you click on a thumbnail of a video game, are you looking at Windows? Are you looking at Linux? Are you looking at any of that but the game? No. What are you talking about?
I don't want to play the game. I want to just come in. Okay, I want to be able to. If I want to go play, I love River Raid. I love original Pitfall 2. I'm older than you. You know what I'm saying? I got the 1,000. I got the 1,000. I love that shit. Like people running out there getting that Super Nintendo Mini, and I'm like, I get it. I told my man Taz, we get it. We gonna sell it on the black market. I'm giving it real. I don't want it because you can play it on your PC. I understand that, but if it's something that's simple, I can hit a button for. Let it go. And I can hack it.
All right. For that, on that note, I mean, it sounds intriguing, but I'll wait till it goes cheap. I know that the Nintendo, the Super NES Mini is probably going to get sold out by the time that this show is over. I know that I would get one, or if you already have an emulator or anything of that sort.
I went to Best Buy at 9 o'clock, bro. People's already lined up.
You know what I'm saying? But they're awesome to have. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind the one to have one for myself. But
Nintendo said the stock's going to be plentiful. So
I'm on a budget. I'm on
you know what that shit? You know what? This is what that fucking Nintendo Mini reminds me of, man.
Can't worry about it right now.
That shit is like that chick that you used to date in high school, and you was like, yo, she's bad as hell. Then you go back and look at pictures of her and be like, that chick wasn't all that. She was at best.
But you loved her at the time, though.
Yeah, where's one?
Yeah. But it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more.
Your Candy Rain.
Is that the same way you felt when you was playing Phantom Dust?
Phantom Dust was dope.
Phantom Dust gameplay was hot, but its graphics were not.
That's just tough to play.
And it will be more Super Nintendos out. Like I said, I ain't need the tech.
Better on
it will be more.
I would recommend playing it. Yeah.
It'd be more Super Nintendos out because they're using the same chipset and everything from the Nintendo what they had. So it's gonna be more out.
All right. Well, 100. Since you know what I'm saying, since you had a lot to say, and I really wanted you to come in and
we got to make him a regular because he likes the torture chamber.
Well, I want to come. See, all day thinks he's gonna put you in a torture rack and just carry you around. So
every week.
Will you come back next week? Will you come back?
I'll come back next week. Yeah.
You're a regular now.
Oh, you better come back on time too. That's what you're gonna do.
No, I will, but no, I got somebody. Man, trust me. That's why you saw me in the group chat apologizing. Like, man, I'm gonna be there. I wasn't gonna be no flake.
Stop dragging your khakis, nigga. Be here on time.
I wear no khakis, man.
Because you know what? You better be glad Lady Infamous ain't on here because I've already been getting cussed out in the chat by now. Mega, I got stuff to do. I know Delilah's over here sharpening up her knives. You know what I'm saying? So
I apologize to everybody.
Things to do.
Apologize to everybody.
Oh shit! I just read something that the No just posted a video. YouTube cracks down on Patreon and alternate revenue streams. Let's see what this do.
Woo, man, they want all that money. It's gonna be rough. That would be definitely something we'll have to talk about.
Next week.
YouTube
is over. YouTube ain't playing. So any of you guys want to try to make videos and stuff, maybe it wasn't the right time for you to start now, man. Because if you're doing this for the money, you ain't gonna get none, Jack.
Hey, my windows need to be clean. Holla at me.
Oh, see, all right, man. We about to get you hear our shout outs. Thank you 100 for coming on, man. We will see you next week. Hopefully with Lady Infamous and with Triple Cup Chuck. And we probably might try to see if we might add one more person to come in for us. If, you know what I'm saying, since Fonzarelli and them are doing their thing. And I know Don won't be here for a while. So anyway, not all day, 100. Give us your shout outs. What are you going to be doing? Where they can find you at?
Man, they can find me on Intro Media, and I ain't know that. See, they always put the evil to me, but you know I'm a cool guy. Everything, you know, I'm the nicest person on YouTube when I want to be. I might cut you out on Xbox Live, but
Go ahead, man. Get your shit off.
No, but shoot, possibly have DirectX. Shout out to my man Kaleidoscope, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, him and that. But we're gonna try to do the DirectX show tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? You know, thinking about our, you know what I'm saying, about our, you know, our side hop and everything. But appreciate you having me on the show. You know,
shout out to Puerto Rico.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Mega closed the door on me about like 6 months ago. Like, no, you can't bring your ignorant behind on here. But see, I was trying to show him I'm intellectual sometimes.
Bro,
this nigga's a bot.
You'll be on here. You can show your intellectual capabilities tomorrow. I mean, next week, bro. So
Nigga, doing a podcast, drinking a green.
Yes. Okay, Delilah HD. I know you sit here and anticipating to get home. Your husband probably standing over you. You know what I'm saying?
He done checked on me twice. You know he ready to get back on that Cuphead. So.
That nigga standing on the couch with both feet.
He stand on the couch with double drawers on, like, get your ass off this damn podcast.
Anyway, he's a gamer too, so of course he waiting on he ready to jump back on the game. But yeah, I really enjoyed the show tonight.
What did you say?
No, he that too, but it's all good. Keep moving.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I really enjoyed chopping it up with you guys. Follow me on Twitter, you know, Delilah_HD. That's it, man. See you guys next week.
All right, yes.
Keep it nice and short. Trying to get out of here.
Yeah, I know. All right. And then All Day Digital. Hey man, can you where's D at so he could go ahead and do a proper sign out so we can try to go ahead.
Oh man, I'm getting a little bit tired, guys. I'm gonna have to call it a night, man. And I have to wake up early.
We did go a little long. I'm sorry, D.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine. I'm just going to get some rest because tomorrow's a big day ahead of me, man. So I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, man. All right. Okay, D, man. You have a good one, man. Thank you for coming by the show, man. It's always a pleasure. D, everyone. Yeah. Thank you.
No doubt.
And you're going to get that OLED, right? I know you already got like 2, but you're going to get another one?
The nits are not that bright. I don't know. I might do the QLEDs. I don't know. I'm having a hard time deciding. It's kind of rough for me right now. I'm kind of trying to insert myself inside the screen so I can get a deeper analytic look. You know, it's a tough situation, and I can't really speak on it right now. But I'll get back to you guys next week, man. I'm gonna head out, guys. Peace out.
All right, D. Oh my God, thank you. All day, man. Where can everybody find you at?
Man, you can fight. You want to fight all things petty. You know what I mean? All Day _digital on Twitter, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, man. Hey, you ain't why y'all act like y'all afraid to talk about the RDX man podcast, man?
You got Luca Fonzarelli dealer, Colt Eastwood, Southbound 110. You can find us on RDX on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And D will make his return. All D Digital will make his return on Tuesday. So if you guys want more of that, just tune in. And thanks for stopping by to the GRG podcast.
No doubt. All right. And then Donald Trump, man, live wire, man. What's up, man? How do people can find you? What's up, man?
In the bushes.
Currently, I've been hiding in the bushes. Persona fanboys that I've pissed off.
Here we go with this shit.
Hey, man, next week, get ready because we have a Persona story that I wanted to bring out tonight.
Oh, God. We still on this shit, man. Hey, Persona on sale right now.
We love the Persona fans, man.
It's on sale.
I'm not getting unless it's under 30. Is it 35? You know what I'm saying? A 30. I'm copping it. I'm getting it quick as possible.
You just bought a $100 racing game.
You're damn right. Yeah, damn right. That's way more quality than. Let me stop.
All right, Speed Racer.
The level of disrespect I've been brought to light by the Persona fans. Excuse you very much. Persona is the greatest game ever made by man.
Right. There you go.
That's what I've been told.
Mm-hmm.
In my levels of blatant disrespect for the game, which I never said the game was bad, but whatever. I just said there's some weirdos that play
Man,
it.
this shouldn't be a venting session, man. Go ahead and just close it.
That's right. Go ahead.
All right, flip her out.
All right, man. Hey, man, this is K Mega 405. Thank you, Donald Trump, man. That we really appreciate it. We really appreciate you coming on, man. Yeah. But anyway, man. Yeah. Everybody, thank you for rocking out with GRG, man. Had a lot of fun like we always do. And, man, we'll have 100 against all day in some kind of debate of intelligence.
Woo! The khaki wars. Khaki wars.
Oh, snap.
You'll be khaki wars. That LA stuff. We'll see what the hell's going to happen. Hey, man, all I can say, man, much love to the people out there, to Puerto Rico and to Florida and to
no doubt.
Everywhere. The Virgin Islands.
Guys.
All that stuff out there, man. My heart goes out to you. Prayers. I've donated again to Red Cross, man, and hope that you guys.
They're not gonna get that money.
Well, probably not. So,
hey, his heart's in the right place.
Yeah, man. I you know what I'm saying? I feel so bad for those people, man. But
I feel bad for you. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Anyway, you're going to be feeling bad when D get a hold of your ass. I know, right? All right, guys. Y'all have a great night, man. It's Friday night. I'm going to be gaming, or you could be doing the pants off, dance off, whatever the hell you want to do.
Instead of a Hadouken, D be out there.
You stupid as hell. You said D be going to the club, be like, yo, what's up, shorty? Be like, yo, what's going on? Let me tell you about this Horizon chip. Be like, what the fuck?
Or you can go ahead and you can try to be like our boy Triple Cup Chuck and get his extension braids with the purple and the blue. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's all right, man. We are out. Good night.